Welcome back to my channel. This is my first video and I'm glad you're here with me. Today I'm making a holiday dinner and my favorite appetizer to make is a baked brie in a puff pastry. It is absolutely delicious. I love how the cheese oozes out of the pastry once it's baked. The combination of sweet and salty and some crunchy nuts is amazing. And what pairs really well with that, I think, is mulled wine. I love combining brandy with some wine, some spices, and sweetness. It is an amazing holiday beverage. Let's get started. I'm gonna start making the mulled wine. So you need a whole bottle of your favorite red wine. So let's start with that. There go the hands up. Put your hands up. And then we're gonna add about a 1/4 cup of brandy right in there. And then we're gonna add sweetener. You can add maple syrup, honey, sugar. I'm gonna use just dark brown sugar, about a 1/4 cup. And now for the seasoning. So I'm gonna add whole cloves, cardamom, anise star, and cinnamon sticks. Two cinnamon sticks. One anise star, cardamom, and the cloves, about 6 to 8 of those. Last thing, orange. So now all we have to do is put this on the stove at medium high for about maybe 5 minutes so it doesn't quite reach a simmer. And then we're gonna lower it, cover it, and simmer it for about 15 minutes before we dig in. All right, so before it gets to a simmer, we wanna put it on low. Cover it and let it simmer for about 15 minutes. Okay, so now I'm gonna make my favorite appetizer, and it's baked brie cheese in a puff pastry. And I use just the regular puff pastry sheets. It doesn't matter what brand they are, but these ones come in a package of 2 sheets. They're frozen, you just thaw them out. And I'm gonna lay it out on my baking sheet here. Set this aside. Brie cheese. Again, doesn't matter which brand. And then what I'm gonna do is just cut off this top. Watch your fingers. Don't cut yourself. All right, so it just goes right on top of the pastry sheet. And then you just add all your toppings. I like the combination of salty, sweet, crunchy. You can get really creative with this. You can literally use any preserves you have, any nuts that you have. You can add dried fruit or not, it's up to you. I like to load it up. Some fig. I don't have a specific measurement for this because it's more what you like. And then I'm gonna add some pecans. I'm gonna roughly chop them just so that it's a little bit more consistent. Get your pecans on top. I usually just load it up. You can use dried cherries, you can use dried blueberries, whatever dried fruit you want. I happen to have cranberries on hand, so I'm just gonna top the cheese with some cranberries. So now I'm just gonna take a little bit of egg wash, brush it around the sides before I cover it with the second sheet so that it's nicely sealed and doesn't ooze out while baking. Spread some egg wash on the bottom where you're going to be sealing the puff pastry sheets together so that they stay nice and sealed while it's baking. And now we take the second sheet. You want to put it on top with the side that has the least amount of flour. Cover it tightly, not really leaving any air spaces. All right, that looks good. And then I'm gonna take a pizza cutter and cut about 1 inch away from the cheese. Smells delicious. I'm gonna take out these orange slices because if it stays in there too long, the rind from the oranges makes it a little bit bitter. I like a little bit of bitterness, but not a lot. You can also kind of cut the rinds off before you put your oranges in there so that there's no bitterness at all, but I like just a little bit. So I'm just gonna take them out now that this is ready and then pour in a glass. I'm gonna preheat the oven to 425 before I start working on my brie and puff pastry. And now I'm gonna make the edges pretty and then put some egg wash over and bake. Now it goes in the oven at 425 for about 30 minutes or so. You want to keep an eye on it until it's perfectly golden brown. time to pour a glass of mulled wine. Smells amazing, in case you were wondering. For garnishment, I'm just using a cinnamon stick, and a couple of oranges, fresh ones. So our brie is ready. It is time to take it out. So this is kind of the color you're going for. It's kind of like a darker golden brown. I'm gonna let it sit for like 5 minutes on the table before I transfer it to a plate and cut it open for you. The moment I've been waiting for. Delicious. Yep. If you haven't subscribed yet, please go ahead and do that right now. Like and share my videos, and come back next time. I can't wait to share more recipes with you.